LM-2021-0490. Order of the New Haven Board of Alders designating the corner of Newhall and Huntington Street as Mother Mary E. Atkinson Joyner Corner in perpetuity to honor the life and legacy of Mother Mary Atkinson Joyner, a longtime community resident, well-respected church mother, and leader who has given back to church and families in our community on many levels. Per Honorable Anna M. Festa, Chair, attest Honorable Michael Smart, City Clerk. These items are on file and available in the office of the City Clerk, Room 202 at 200 Orange Street, New Haven, Connecticut, 06510. Since this meeting will be held using solely electronic equipment, participation by a quorum of members at the same physical location is prohibited unless that location is made open to the public. Any member of the public may request in writing a physical location and any electronic equipment necessary to attend the meeting in real time, no later than 24 hours prior to the meeting. Said person shall have the same opportunities to provide comment or otherwise participate in the meeting as would be afforded if the meeting were held in person, with the following exception. Under law, the committee is not required to adjourn or postpone the meeting if any person loses the ability to participate because of an interruption, failure, or degradation of any person's connection to the meeting by electronic equipment. For accommodations to view the meeting, please email publictestimony@newhavenct.gov or call 203-946-6483. For accessibility-related accommodations, please call 203-946-7651V or 203-946-8582 TTY TDD. Public comment testimony may also be submitted via email to publictestimony@newhavenct.gov before 2 p.m. on the day of the meeting. If you wish to present testimony at the meeting, you must register in advance at https://bit.ly/3lv2gqx or by calling 203-946-7934 or emailing publictestimony@newhavenct.gov before 2 p.m. on the day of the meeting. Public can view the meeting at https://bit.ly/3lv2gqx or listen by phone at 646-558-8656. Webinar ID 912-5195-5993. The password to listen by phone only is 760961775. Okay. Good evening, colleagues. At this time, I will allow you all to introduce yourselves. I am Anna Festa, Ward 10, the chair of the CSEP committee. Co-chair, introduce yourself.
Sal DeCola, Ward 18.
Alder Roth.
Abby Roth, Ward 7.
Alder Singh.
Alder Singh, Ward 5, Hill South.
Alder Smith.
Honda Smith, Ward 30.
Good evening, colleagues. Tonight we have just this one item on the agenda. We will be voting on it in a normal basis where it will see a first reading followed by a second reading. It's always nice to, I guess, end the last meeting on a happy note with a corner naming, and it sounds like this person is worthy of it. Misty, do we have the testifiers to testify on behalf of this corner naming? And I see a name. Is that Antoinette? I can't see the last name.
Yes, Antoinette Hazard has joined us, and we're still waiting on a couple of people, but she is Miss Joyner's granddaughter.
Oh, perfect. Good evening, Miss Hazard. Thanks for being here tonight. You will need to unmute your microphone. There you go.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. It happens all the time.
I'm sure.
To us as well. Should we give it a couple minutes, or you know what? I will have Ms. Hazard speak on behalf of her grandmother. Tonight, we will be voting on a corner naming to honor your grandmother. So the floor is yours. If you could state your name and address for the record, please, before you begin your testimony. Then,
Okay.
and the floor is yours.
My name is Antoinette Hazard. I am the granddaughter of Mother Mary Joyner. She is also my mom. Should I begin? And what I
Yes.
want to, okay. There's a lot to her legacy, and I thought I'd write down some things so I wouldn't forget. Mother Joyner is my grandmother, as I said, and she's also my mom. I have 4 other siblings. One is deceased. We lost our mother when we were very young. And after raising her own children, she, along with her late husband, raised us with good values, love, and respect for family. She has resided in New Haven, I believe, since 1927. The Atkinson family, along with others, formed the Second Free Will Baptist Church in New Haven, then known as Pitts Chapel United American Free Will Baptist Church. She was baptized at City Point. In her youth, she attended the Dixwell Community House, where she was a member. She was also a member in the country's first African-American Girl Scout troop. She was educated in the public school system of New Haven, graduating from Hill House High. She served as the first Sunday school secretary. She received the bulk of her Christian education at Pitts Chapel. Over the years, she served her congregation not only as a Sunday school secretary, but was also a member of the YPCL, which is a youth program, as annual convention secretary, which I believe it was a youth leadership committee. She was also a choir member, financial secretary, assistant recording secretary, and member of the Women's Home Mission and Homecoming Committee. And all of this while being a mom. Presently, she serves on the mother board at her church, and she was CEO of the Mary E. Joyner Scholarship Committee. For many years, she served her community as a notary public and the past secretary of the Orchard Henry Street Association. She also served as a member of her Block Club Association and the board of directors of the Mary B. Ashford Adult Daycare Services in New Hallville. For several decades, Mother Joyner assisted churches, civic and social groups with fundraising efforts, promoting gospel music as a way to raise funds for Pitts Chapel. She is the recipient of numerous awards and certificates from various groups, churches, gospel, radio personalities, singing groups, musicians, community, and civic groups. We, as the family, feel now that she has reached 100 years old, this is how our family and community would like to honor her legacy. The New Hallville neighborhood was once a beautiful place growing up. Our home was welcome to everyone due to her generosity. Over time, all the crime, the torn families, the ever-changing environment, Mother Joyner has never left. We applaud her dedication. She loves the community and her community loves her. This is well overdue. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hazard, for that beautiful tribute to really what seems to be an amazing human being.
Yes.
Did she ever sleep in those 100 years?
She slept. She definitely slept. Yeah, she has a full life. Amazing woman.
God bless her, 100 years
Amazing.
old, and all of those beautiful accomplishments. And you were a fortunate.
I probably missed a few, but that was the bulk that intrigued me. So,
well, if there is more, which I'm sure there is, I'm exhausted just hearing all the work that she's done. Stay on the line. I'm going to, I see other folks have joined in, so we'll allow them to testify. But again, thank you for that amazing tribute to a beautiful soul. Thank you. Miss, if we could let maybe all of the testifiers in and we could go one at a time, and I'll just call out. I see there's some phone numbers. I will just call out the last 4 digits of the phone numbers for those folks to testify. And I also see a Maureen Bogan. If obviously those of you on the phone will not be able to be on camera, but if you are able to be on camera, that would be great. And I will also ask the testifiers to please state your name and address for the record. So I will begin with phone number ending in 7227.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, welcome. State your name and address for the record and go right into your testimony.
Okay, my name is Donna Staten. I live in 317 Glorietta Street. That's in Albuquerque, New Mexico. 87123 is my zip. I'm
thank you for
honored and
joining
privileged to
us.
be I'm honored and privileged to be part of this. I am the granddaughter of Mary Etta Joyner. 2 days born after her date, on September 30th, she's the 28th. And yes, my grandmother is a very extraordinary woman. I applaud my cousin, Antoinette Hazard, who actually put in most of the bulk of the information, which is a good thing, you know, because I have nothing sitting in front of me, but I can tell you the things that she's done for her community. Also working for New Haven Bank on Dixwell Avenue. She helped the community that way. She also was part of a lot of other things like feeding the community, clothing the community, also helping people with their bills and stuff. She used to say, don't say nothing, you know, and she would go out in her own pocket and she would help people keep their lights on, their gas on, provide food for them when they were hungry. I was there, I watched it. She is an extraordinary person, and I know that she should be acknowledged, you know, even before her year of 100. And that is what I want to say, that she should be esteemed over. And that's my part I'm putting in.
Thank you. Thank you for those beautiful words. It reminds me of, you know, the Beatitudes, actually walking the walk, talking the talk, and doing God's work.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
You're quite welcome.
Next testifier, phone number ending in 7993. If you could state your name and address for the record, you will need to unmute. And Miss, you'll have to remind me, is it *6 to unmute?
I'm nodding my head like you can see me. Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so *6 to unmute your telephone.
Hello, can you hear me now? Sean Hardy, New Haven, Connecticut.
Yes, I hear you. Thank you.
All right.
Joining us. Name and address for the record.
Yeah, I'm Sean Hardy from the New Haven Board of Education, Agape Christian Center, New Haven, Connecticut, 38 years. Previously to that, Pitts Chapel Church. Mary Joyner is directly related to my mother and father. I've known the pioneer all of my life. What an outstanding woman in the church community, in the New Haven Pillar. She was one of the first organizers, one of the first gospel promoters in New Haven, bringing some of the first gospel promoters, gospel singers such as James Cleveland, Shirley Caesar, Mahalia Jackson, the Clara Ward singers. She was an advocate in the New Haven community, helping one another. Her parents started the Pitts Chapel Baptist Church in New Haven in 1934. She's an outstanding advocate in this community. And if anybody should have a name or a corner after her, it would be Mary Etta Atkinson Joyner. I can say that for myself, from my childhood up until today. She is worthy of the honor. She's put her time in, 100 years old, 10 decades. And many of us won't even see 100, but she has certainly paved the way for the African-American community in New Haven, Connecticut. And I say, let's go with the renaming of the corner for Mary Etta Atkinson Joyner, born 1921, and she's still here after 100 years. You heard it from her cousin, Sean W. Hardy, New Haven, Connecticut, and from the Board of Education.
Well, thank you for your enthusiasm, and I say amen to everything.
Amen to that.
when it comes down to Mary Joyner, I'm live and I'm with it this morning. Let me tell you a little story. It was the coldest day in January, and I had brain surgery. The coldest day in January, and her grandson Ronald thought enough of me to come to my house in the hill, amongst other things that she have done for me and my parents. I was a sick somebody, and she thought in 90-something years old to come to my house to visit me the coldest day in January. I will never forget that. I was at death's door, and she came to see about me. The woman is worthy. There's not too many people more worthier than Mary Etta Atkinson Joyner. I want that name to go up, and I want to be there when it happens. That's what I had to say.
I love it. Well, I'm glad you.
I'm on fire tonight when it comes to Mary Atkinson Joyner. Amen. You heard it from me. You heard it from Sean Hardy, the Board of Education, 25 years.
Thank you, Sean.
Well,
I love it.
Love you too.
Amen.
uh,
Amen.
you know, I have to say, I love when we do these corner namings because the stories and
I
what
know
you
you do.
learn about the
Yeah.
people in the city that are our true heroes, the ones that make a
Paved the
difference
way.
in people's
Mhm.
lives.
Paved
So
the way.
thank you for your testimony. Um,
Think about me.
So I
All right.
see, what is it? 7-6, wait, oops, I just lost. 6023, phone number ending in 6023. If you can unmute by pressing *6 on your phone, state your name and address for the record and proceed with your testimony. And again, that's 6023. 887-6023. If you can hear me, you're not unmuted. If you are talking, you will need to select *6 on your phone.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes, hi there.
Hi, this is Deneen Bogan. Yes, my number is ending in 6023. My address is 1730 State Street, apartment 211, and that's in Hampton, Connecticut. Let's see. I'm not really a member of the family, but grand, that's how I know about what she considered me to be a member of the family because I date her grandson Ronald, and I've actually have known the family since I was 16 years old. And one thing I can say about her, she is a loving young lady, and I'm gonna call her young lady because that's exactly how she acts, like a young lady. Don't let the age fool you now, okay? I'm serious. I've considered her like my grandmother. Both my grandmothers, they are deceased, and I do consider grand as my grandmother. She is very helpful, thoughtful. She likes to talk, which I don't mind sometimes, but I have nothing negative to say about her. I can't wait for this to happen. It needs to happen. It is long overdue. We should not have waited till she got to the age 100 to do this. This should have been done a long time ago.
Right.
Well,
And
thank
that's
you.
all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you for
you, Denise.
testifying. And when you
You're
say
welcome.
young woman, I think you're right. Even 100 years old sounds like she has more energy than all of us put together.
Yep.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Again, thank you for your testimony. I will now go to the next caller. Again, a reminder to state your name and address for the record and select *6 when I call your number. 0925. So if your phone number ends in 0925, please select *6 on your phone. State your name and address for the record and proceed with your testimony. You may proceed. I see that you're unmuted. Did I get the number right? 0925. Hi, are you there? I see you're unmuted. It's 404-277-0925. Hello? Misty, is there anyone else that needs to testify? Where I can put 0925 on hold?
We just had someone join us, but I'm not sure if they want to testify or not.
Okay.
But we did just have someone join us.
Okay, I guess if there are attendees that are wanting to testify, they can raise their hand as well. Okay, but phone number 404-277-0925. If you can hear me and you would like to say a few words regarding Mother Joyner, please do so. Ms. Hazard, do you recognize that phone number by any chance? Where I can say their name?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
Let me see, it ends, what does it end in?
0925. So it's 404-277-0925.
I'm not sure who it is.
Okay. I feel bad. I'll give it one more shot. If you can hear me, telephone number 404-277-0925. If you can speak on behalf of Mother Joyner, this is your opportunity.
It has to be Tasha.
And if you don't want to, that's okay too.
Tasha, is that you?
Tasha? Okay.
She did, excuse me. She did send a message that she had trouble with the password and she didn't have the password, but you did say that the caller was unmuted. So that means they're in.
Correct. Yes. The caller is on my screen, was able to unmute. And obviously the password did work. It's just a matter if they're having technical difficulties, possibly.
Yeah, that might be it. Because it should be, I know we were expecting Tasha Staten.
Okay, well, I mean,
Well, let me see. I called her on the phone. Let me see if on my phone y'all can hear her. Go ahead,
Okay.
young lady.
All right. Oh, I know you could do that.
Oh, your phone not working?
That number is now muted. You gotta love technology.
I know.
I mean, worst case is she can also write in a testimony.
Right.
She can
Right,
send an
oh, yeah.
email. And it's
Yeah.
still valid even after tonight. It's still
Okay.
valid until our second reading on the Board of Alders. So she has
Okay.
time to do written testimony if she so pleases.
Okay, thanks.
I'll give it another minute. And then we'll see if there are other folks who would like to testify. Any luck, Mr. Lucas?
We're gonna try again. Go ahead. Let me see if they can hear you.
There you go.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Good evening. My name is Sheila Joyner Pritchard, and I am a double niece of Marietta Atkinson Joyner. Her husband was my father's brother, and her sister is my mother. And so I have known my aunt all her life, all my life. Her 100 years, I think, are just more than fitting for what you're hopefully about to do in naming a corner after her. She has been a pillar for our family. She's been a pillar for New Haven. I'm New Haven born and bred, still involved in some things New Haven, all the way from Georgia. And I just am so excited that my aunt is being recognized for all the many, many things she does for family, for strangers, for friends, for just community people that are brought to her attention. And I just thank you very, very much for naming the corner in New Orville after her. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for your testimony. I'm glad you were able to speak on Mother Joyner's behalf this evening.
Were you able to hear me?
Yes, we heard you, and thank you so much for joining us this evening.
Thank them for me.
Okay. Misty, are there any other testifiers? I don't see any hands up in the attendees list, and I believe we heard from all of the folks on there. At this time, I will open it up to my colleagues for questions, and I will begin with my Vice Chair, Alder DeCola.
No questions at this time.
Alder Roth.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and just thank you so much to everyone who spoke. It was so wonderful to hear about such a special person. And yeah, that I just want to thank you and thank her for everything she's done for so many people for so long.
Alder Singh.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and it's an honor to sit here and listen to testimony from the people that knows Ms. Joyner and spoke of her. So it's a pleasure of hearing of her work, and thank you.
And Alder, did we lose Alder Smith? We may have lost Alder Smith. Okay, if she gets back on, I'll give her an opportunity. At this time, I will call to see if there is anyone from the public that would like to speak on behalf of this item for corner naming for Mother Mary Joyner. For a second time, is there anyone from the public that would like to speak on this item? And for a third time, is there anyone that would like to speak on this item for this corner naming?
Madam Chair. Go ahead, Alder Roth. Go ahead.
Thank you. I move to close the public portion of this hearing.
Second.
Okay, the public portion has been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Okay, we'll take a vote. Is everyone in agreement? Alder DeCola.
Yes.
Alder Roth.
Yes.
Alder Singh.
Yes.
And I am a yes. The public portion is now ended. At this time, do I hear a motion to move the item?
Madam Chair, I move the item favorably going forward.
Second.
The item has been moved and seconded. Any discussion on the item, beginning with my Vice Chair, Alder DeCola?
No questions. Just a comment that this is a great thing for that neighborhood, and honoring somebody is always a great tribute to somebody's commitment to our city. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Alder. Any other discussion from our panel? Just raise your hand and I'll pick on you. Okay. I'll just say that these corner namings, as I mentioned before, have been always rewarding, as well as, we save them for people of this city, and that's who they should be saved for, because those are our heroes. Those are the folks that we look up to and should look up to. And they are a constant reminder when you see the sign to look up and say, oh, who is that? And hopefully you can ask somebody or educate yourself on who that person is and learn what they have done for their community and for their society as a whole. So they're a good reminder for all of us to be present and to truly walk in God's footprints. So with that, I will take a vote for those in favor of this corner naming for Mother Mary E. Atkinson Joyner Corner at the corner of Newhall and Huntington Street. Please say yes. Alder DeCola.
Yes.
Alder Roth.
Yes.
Alder Singh.
Yes.
Alder Smith.
Yes.
And I am a yes in support of this item. The yeas have it. This item will now go for a first reading. It was asked that we dismiss it that we discharge it from committee, but unfortunately last night, City Plan was unable to hear it because the meeting ran long. So we'll have to go to City Plan before we can vote on it as a full board. But the yeas have it here out of committee. It will proceed to a first reading and then a second reading. And hopefully by then we will have a report from City Plan. And if not, it'll go the next time around. We might have to pass over it once, but hopefully we won't need to. So I hope that's clear. And before a motion to adjourn, oh, did you have something to say, Alder Roth?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to thank you for your leadership of this committee and Vice Chair DeCola for his leadership of this committee over the past 2 years, and my co-members for being on the committee.
Well, and I was saying before we have a motion to adjourn, this is Alder Abby Roth's last meeting here in CSEP. As you know, she's moving on from the Board of Alders. And I just want to thank you for everything you have done for our committee, for showing up and for participating. But not only do I want to thank Alder Roth, I want to thank you all. This is the last meeting in CSEP for the year. The last 2 years have been really productive. We worked really hard in this committee. And I don't know who will be chair next round, but hopefully it'll be me. I would be more than happy to do so. But you've been a pleasure to work with. I appreciate you all showing up, working hard. And like I said, we did a lot. I wish you a great holiday season with your loved ones. May your families be safe. May you all continue to be safe. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year of 2022. Happy, healthy, and hopefully laughing. So thank you all for your commitment.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I attended this City Plan last night. The next time they meet will be the 19th of the new year, that third Wednesday. So just so you know when will they be hearing it? So I just want to bring that to your attention.
Oh, great. Thank you. Thanks for that date.
Madam Chair, I move to adjourn.
Second.
Adjournment has been moved and seconded. Any discussion on adjourning? All in favor of adjourning, say aye. Alder,
Aye.
I'll do a roll call anyway. Alder DeCola.
Aye.
Alder Roth.
Yes.
Alder Singh.
Yes.
Alder Smith.
Oh, yes.
And I'm a yes too. Good night, everyone. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Happy holidays. Ciao.